Well, I guess we gotta talk about it. I need Pelinka fired today. Not yesterday. Today. And I'm gonna tell you why, right? There's a multitude of reasons, right? And I don't want this to I don't want it to seem as if I don't care about the fact that we just got Luka. But Pelinka, you don't get points for answering the phone. The Mavericks contacted two teams for that trade for Luka. The Lakers and OKC. OKC was wanting to give up everything that wasn't SGA. Mavericks wanted defense. They really wanted Anthony Davis. So Pelinka had nothing to do with this trade except say yes. That's it. Had nothing to say. But yes. And what he did not get is just as telling as what he did get. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video, right? I wanted to have this conversation is because I was watching the Low Post. Shout out to the Low Post. Shout out to you, Low. Big fan of his work. If you're not subscribed to Low and the Low Post, go do that now. He gives great analysis, breakdowns when it comes to the NBA, sports in general. Good dude too, from what I can see. I don't know him personally, but what I can see online, great dude. But he had a take that threw me. Let's see it right now.
Everything that is being stated right now, but I will say this. Rob Pelinka, the arguments of him sitting on his hands, the arguments of him not putting things into its proper perspective, the argument that he is just this terrible general manager, that shit gotta get the fuck out of the window. Those arguments are fucking done. Because the only way that any GM would ever have the balls to make a move like this is because they understand what's going on. They took advantage of a situation that presented itself. So Shams dropped the article itself, so we can probably.
What? Okay, so normally. Okay, so this is my problem with this, Lo. Okay, like again. Great video. A lot of things you said in that video I do agree with. 100% I watched the whole thing. A lot of things you say in that video I do agree with. But this one, threw me off. Let's not forget that Pelinka's been here for years. 4 years. Okay? Not just one trade, for years. One trade he got right. Right? The Anthony Davis trade. That one helped a lot. That gave us a lot. Was very good for the Anthony Davis trade. Okay, Lonzo was obviously, we didn't know about his injury future at that point in time. So we gave up Lonzo, we gave up Josh Hart, we gave up Brandon Ingram, and we got Anthony Davis back. We gave up a slew of picks and stuff like that as well. The Pelicans got overly compensated for Anthony Davis, who didn't want to be there in the first place. But I think he overgave in that situation completely. But we had a match salary, so whatever. Okay, I'll let it rock. Okay, we'll give Pelinka that one. Okay, we go get Frank Vogel as a coach, right? We win a championship with Frank Vogel, and then we fire Frank Vogel. And I don't want to skip over things. Okay, I just don't want to skip over things. I'm gonna put everything, like you said, in its proper context about Pelinka not sitting on his hands and everything else. Low. We drafted Lonzo over Jason Tatum. Off of straight hype alone. We drafted Lonzo over Jason Tatum. We got rid of Brook Lopez, who anchored the Bucks for 5 years, helping them get a championship. We traded Zubac and Michael Beasley from Masala, I believe his name was, trash. For no reason. For no reason. And you see who Zubac is and who Zubac was at that time. We won a championship. We got rid of, we traded for Dennis Schroeder. Offer him $84 million. He didn't sign it, thank God. We traded for Patrick Beverley and then traded Patrick Beverley for nothing. We traded Patrick Beverley for a 22-year-old Jalen Horton Tucker. That's who we traded off to get Pat Beverley. Pat Beverley. We pair Pat Beverley on the same team with Russell Westbrook. We let Alex Caruso walk for nothing. We let KCP go. We let Malik Monk walk. We allowed, oh my God. We allowed Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. We got rid of them after a championship year. Rondo 2. We traded Danny Green. That's what we traded, Danny Green, after the championship year for Dennis Schroeder. I can keep it going, right? It doesn't stop there. We have players willing to take pay cuts to play for us. Caruso was willing to take a pay cut to play for the Lakers. Pelinka said no. We had a trade already lined up to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, and he said no and went and got Westbrook. Lo, you talked about balls. Even if you wanted to say LeBron wanted Westbrook, I bet LeBron wanted AD too. So where was his balls then? When? When was it a good idea to get Russell Westbrook? When? And in getting Russell Westbrook, we gave up Kyle Kuzma. We didn't sign DeMar DeRozan, who went on a tour, a media tour, saying how much he wanted to play for the Lakers. And he was willing to take less to do so because he's from there. We signed Marc Gasol. We signed Montrezl Harrell. Why? Why? This is after a championship year. Then they're both gone. Mark was terrible. We use Westbrook as an excuse to fire Frank Vogel, who just got us a championship and was coaching the best team in the West before the bubble. And in his firing, you hire Darvin Ham, who we kept for too long. Let's not talk about how Pelinka isn't a good GM. What? Where are you? LeBron said, "I'll take a pay cut. I'll take less money. This off season that just happened. I'll take less money if you go get somebody that's notable. DeMar DeRozan's available, huh? Valanciunas is available. If you go get one of them, I'll take less money." They didn't do that. AD was asking for a big to pair alongside of him, which was necessary, especially against the one team they were not able to get past in the West. The Nuggets. Size beats the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon is not some top-tier shooter and wasn't a top-tier shooter at that time where they were losing to them back-to-back times in the playoffs. You need a second big. And instead of going to do that, you go and get Hayes. Christian Wood, I'm not mad about. Christian Wood, I'm not mad about at all, because looking at Christian Wood's year with the Mavericks beforehand, not mad about going to get Christian Wood. But you go get Hayes too. What has Hayes shown at all to be good enough? You keep Darvin Ham, right, who kept his hands in his pockets every time things went wrong on the Lakers court. He couldn't call timeouts. He couldn't run plays. He couldn't make changes. He couldn't see changes on the offense from the other side. He lost the locker room a long time before you fired him. You didn't go get Tyronn Lue, who wanted to coach the Lakers. You let him go across the pond to the Clippers. What? 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 You had one contract this season that was perfectly valuable enough to be able to use as a bargaining chip, and that is D'Lo's contract, which was expiring, upwards $20 million. You didn't want to use that. You see what Zach LaVine went for? With this AD trade, you could have got Luka and Zach LaVine. We got Dorian Finney-Smith, the two-way player. I don't think he's better than D'Lo. What D'Lo can bring to a team, I do not think that. AD actually begs you for 4 years. He's been with us for 6 years. He's been a top player in the NBA for 6 years, right? For 6 years. He asks you over and over and over again, please just provide me a big. Help me help you. I want to win a championship. I don't want to go nowhere. And instead of doing that, we trade him, and then we don't get back a big in that trade, right? We take back Luka, which is top tier player. Love it. Love the Luka part, right? What I do hate is Maxi Kleber, right? And Markieff Morris, who's essentially unplayable. Markieff was with us when we won that championship in 2020. The only thing you want to bring back? That's it? Not Daniel Gafford? Not Lively? I would have rather had Lively, who I know is injured. It was going to be injured for a few months, and waited for him to come back and had that as a big. Did not get any big back at all. Kleber can shoot, but he's injured right now, and he can't play defense, and he's not a presence in the paint. And now, with this trade, the Mavericks essentially complete what they want for their roster, right? What they want for their roster, whether it's a good trade for them or not. I don't think it's a good trade for them, right? You get AD, but you didn't get back a point guard with it, right? But PELINKA, who had all the power in this situation because all he had to do was answer the phone. That is it. He didn't have to go out and look for this trade. He didn't have to make any extra moves with this trade. He just took the first thing possible because he was afraid for his job, because he had not made any substantial move that the Lakers were begging for up to this point. Both LeBron and AD and the whole team in general had a serious frustration with the lack of moves made by PELINKA. The Lakers weren't a million moves away. They were one move away from a championship roster. They're fifth in the West before this trade. Now you get Luka. Cool. You got Luka, who can be able to extend the Lakers, I guess you want to say, legacy for another 10 years, right? You got another player that you can start, that you hope will stay with you, right? Who's going to be a star. I do not trust Rob PELINKA with Luka's future with the Lakers. Let me continue. I'm so sorry I forgot. He went and got Taurean Prince. He went and got Gabe Vincent. Like he didn't learn the first time from picking up a Heat player when he got Kendrick Nunn. Pelinka's, he's horrible. All he's gotten, all he has to his name is the fact that he's been paired with Kobe Bryant. That is all. That is all. And y'all are nut riding this man. Nut riding this man. He drafted Jalen Hood-Schifino. He drafted Jalen Hood-Schifino. What? This man has squandered the last years of LeBron James's. I don't want to say that he's like still in his prime, but the last years of his productivity. Squandered it. Squandered it. Like, you gotta be a certain level of stupid to walk away from a good thing. You had the perfect roster. You had everything you needed from that 2020 championship. Everything you needed. Everything you needed. And you said, nah, I'm not even gonna try to run it back. We just want a chip. Everybody's talking about how dumb the Mavericks are for getting to the championship and trading their best player. Pelinka is that dumb. He's that dumb. I need him fired today. Today, I need Pelinka gone. You cannot tell me any different. At all. This is at all. I had to sit back. I had to think about it. I really had to think about it. And we don't even talk about enough how horrible, how deplorable, how disgusting that Westbrook trade really was. We don't talk about it. We do not talk about it. Them years with Westbrook at Beverly, oh my God. Oh my, you got two of the best interior players in the league with LeBron and AD. And you've known, right? Because you at a point was LeBron's agent at a point, right? Before he went and got his boy to be his agent and made his own agency. Shout out to LeBron, right? For that. But you represented him. Along with Curry, you represented Kobe, right? You represent all these people, Pelinka. You know what they need to be successful. What's worked for LeBron his whole career is surrounding him with shooters. And instead of surrounding him with shooters, you go and get Russell Westbrook and then Pat Beverly. You did not get, he didn't get Brown. I think his name is Bruce Brown. Played for the Pacers. He was with the Nuggets. When he wanted to come and play for the Lakers. You allowed Darvin Ham to start Taurean Prince. You allowed Darvin Ham to run up 15 different starting lineups. Listen, I can go forever. It's horrible. And right now they're welcoming Luka onto the team, which is great. Shout out to that. But if you think that just because he sat there and he answered the phone and he said yes to this trade, that it's okay, everything's just okay, do you know that we still need the big? So you're going to start Luka I'm guessing you're gonna put AR, Austin Reeves at the 2, right? Maybe Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3, LeBron at the 4, and then Jackson Hayes. They have a pick to trade. I'm so afraid to see what they're going to do with that pick. I am in literal fear to see what they're going to do with that pick. From history standing, nothing at all. They're probably going to trade AR and bring in Valanciunas. Y'all acting like Pelinka did anything that any other GM wouldn't do or couldn't do. He has not done a great job at all. He's horrible. And it's not like he's a GM of like the Bucks or the Bulls or something like that, or one of these teams who doesn't have a cachet right now. You're the GM of the most popular team probably in sports history. So many players want to play for LA. His job should be significantly easier than everybody else's, but it's not, because he's legitimately dumb. I need him fired. That's all I gotta say. I need him fired. Point A, point B. You're watching right now, point A, point B today. Starting at 6:30. It's gonna be a great show. So many things to talk about. I'm excited for it. You should be excited for it. But let's lock in. Let's band together. Let's lock arms and sign a petition to get him out of this position. Why?